And I'll say this right off the bat. This movie was incredible. I love this movie. It is just in my wheelhouse. This is the type of movie that I gravitate towards. These neo-western kind of No Country for Old Men, Hell or High Water type of movies. I love them. And the guy who wrote this, he also wrote Hell or High Water and Sicario. And the guy's name is Taylor Sheridan. This is his first time directing. He wrote those other two, and I guess he used to be an actor. And he likes to write from an actor's perspective, and he's talked about how he hates having to say exposition when a character is doing exposition. So he shows it, and he does it masterfully. And I really hope, this wasn't like a masterpiece of directing, but it was well above average, well above average. I'd say in the top 20th percentile. I and it's kind of why I never when I was in college I never became a film major because I was like I don't think you need a degree to teach you how to do that. You can either do it or you can't. I mean there's certain nuances that you'll pick up along the way, but overall I think that's something that's within you. He did a great job directing. The story is fantastic. I'm gonna go ahead and say right now I think this is gonna get a nomination for best original screenplay. The cinematography as well. I'm going to give this movie predict a nomination for best cinematography. It is beautiful. It's not shot. It takes place in Wyoming. It's not shot there, but I think I forgot it was shot in some other place. But it's fantastic. So it's I'm not going to go through the whole plot, but it's about character Corey Lambert played by Jeremy Renner, who, in my opinion, I think Jeremy Renner is it's hard to say he's underappreciated because I think he's been nominated once or twice. I'm going to predict an Oscar nomination for his performance here, and he might even win. It's still early, but I think he might win for Best Actor. Again, Oscar season's coming up in October, November, but we'll see. So far, I think he is right on par with Hugh Jackman in Logan. I haven't seen any other male performances this great. I think he might actually even be better. It's funny, there's three Marvel characters in this. The Punisher's in this, Hawkeye, and the Scarlet Witch. So Elizabeth Olsen's in this. She plays an FBI detective. When Jeremy Renner's character, he's a fish and game hunter. I'm actually my avatar. I'm dressed up as him today. How his character looks. His job, he's a wildlife agent. So whenever a predator comes near an area where it doesn't normally roam and starts to kill livestock, they call in him, and he takes care of the wolves or lions, whatever they are. And Elizabeth Olsen is kind of like the fish out of water from Florida, an FBI agent who goes to inspect. And I'm not going to get into the details of all the characters, but I really felt for Jeremy Renner. And there are certain storylines I've heard people say, like there's a thing with these lions. Jeremy, well, I don't know if it really gets resolved. There's other stuff too, but I think it's used more as a mechanism for getting to know where Jeremy Renner's character is coming from. It's very realistic. It is another neo-western movie. I don't think westerns ever really died. I think they kind of went to sleep and they got resurrected as these neo-western Sicario type movies, and they're great. They are westerns. Jeremy Renner's good. Elizabeth Olsen's good. Another guy who I liked was Graham Greene. First time I remember seeing him was in Dances with Wolves back in the '90s, Kevin Costner movie. And Gil Birmingham, who was also in Hell High Water. He does a good job. His daughter is actually the victim, so he's the dad. There's Native Americans in this because it takes place on a Native American reservation. And yeah, man, 3 Oscars for this movie. It's all the characters, especially Jeremy Renner's, man. The pacing of this movie is good. Nothing was too over the top or in your face, or it was it was very grounded in realism, and I like that. It's not an escapist movie. And I heard somebody on another review channel say that they once asked Taylor Sheridan if he would ever write a movie that's pure escapism, and he said no. Because apparently Taylor Sheridan grew up extremely poor, and in West Texas. That's hence the neo westerns. West Texas is very different than the rest of Texas. The rest is some parts of it are like swampy and humid. West Texas is the open fields, man. The cowboys on the grassy plains, dry, and eventually becomes a desert by the time you get out to El Paso. Everything west of San Antonio and Fort Worth is pretty much West Texas. You know, Lubbock, uh, El Paso, uh, I think Odessa, all that. Yeah, man, this is one of the best movies I've seen this year. It's got Oscars all over it, man. Taylor Sheridan, I think, is rapidly becoming one of the best writers in Hollywood. He's 3 for 3, and they weren't just good; they were great. This is it's fantastic writing. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I don't want to give away the plot like I've been. I'm trying to keep my videos short. If you like movies like No Country for Old Men, if you like Sicario, if you liked Hell or High Water, this is great, man. And I like it's like the whole cowboy aspect of there are different kinds of cowboys, right? There's the ones up in Montana, there's ones down in Texas, there's the Wyoming cowboys, Utah in the snow. It's I like it, man. It reminded me actually of the Red Dead Redemption, the parts where you're up in the mountains and in the snow, right? You kind of get this thing where cowboys are all in the desert, and or going down to Mexico and dealing with that, and well, there were cowboys up in the snow, everywhere, man. Yeah, man. It's it's really good. I can't stress enough. Please go see this movie. This is an original film. It might be loosely tied to some events. Oh, they did something at the end where they put these words on the screen. It was really jarring. I'm like, what? I'm like, man, just show the movie. Show that in the credits or something. It really took me out of it. Uh, but anyway, this movie might even. I don't think it'll get a Best Picture. No, maybe it might not though. But the other three Oscars, I'm certain it's shot beautifully. The cinematography is great. The writing is great. I don't know about direction, and Jeremy Renner. This is his best performance that I've ever seen out of him. Um, so on the Star Strider scale, 50 being average, I'm giving this movie a 93. I was like walking out. I was like somewhere like okay, 79 or 89, 90. It immediately was gonna be their low 90s or high 80s. I thought I was in the high 80s, and the more I thought about it, this movie is just fantastic. Please go see it. It's a smaller film, and we need more movies being made like this. I am a big Marvel fan. I like the blockbuster films because they're just a fun thrill ride. But these movies are this movie I could watch over and over. It's dark, but it's not so dark that you never want to see it again. Not like Beasts of No Nation, which is a fantastic movie as well. Okay, well, let me know what you guys think if you saw it. Like and subscribe. Please subscribe. Trying to grow this channel. Anyway, yep, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. All right, bye.